live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, from sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts to play and it's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Hi there, Amber LeMay here. Oh, but first, you know what to do. You gotta like, share, and subscribe. That's what you gotta do. Got that done? I'll wait. You're done now, aren't you? Okay, good. We can go on with the show. Hey, Russell, come on in.
Hey, Amber, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Even though we're not live, are we?
No, we're not live. Luckily, we're still alive, but but tonight we are doing a recorded show, but there's new material, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And like they used to say on TV, it's new to you.
Yes, it's nude to you. Oh. All right. So what do we have in store for tonight?
Well, first I want to talk about the best way for everyone to watch, and that would be on YouTube, because YouTube is in full HD, so we recommend that you watch Amber there to see all the glory of Amber. And while you're there, as Amber mentioned, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because that helps us out quite a bit. So YouTube is a great place to watch. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch or Twitter, any of those places, that's okay too, but we do recommend YouTube. Plus, if you follow us on YouTube, you'll know when we have new shows coming on. You'll know when we go live, because when do we go live, Amber?
Oh, we've been going live on Wednesday night for Amber Chat. So check out, and you'll get a ding if you subscribe, and you'll find out if we're going live. And we normally do on Wednesday nights.
Yes. So, and then my favorite part of the show, as you know, is the Boostiers, and we always want to thank all our Boostiers, our super Boostiers like Craig Hilliard, Rial Masson, Janet Feeney, John Martin, and Larry Lamori have all been a huge help to keeping this show going. And then we have all the other Boostiers that support us as well. If you'd like to become a Boostier, you can use the Venmo that you see there at RJD Pro. It's a huge help because the software and all the promotions and everything we do around here costs money, unfortunately. And if you give $25 or more, we'll send you a sticker. If you give $100 or more, you get a sticker and a magnet. And for $200 or more, you get a sticker, a magnet, and a mug. And we really appreciate anything you can send. You don't have to reach those levels. Any amount would be just fine.
Yes.
It's a big help. And again, that's at RJD Pro is the Venmo to use.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We really appreciate your generosity. All right. So let's talk about who's on the show tonight.
Well, it's going to be a good one, as always, but tonight should be a lot of fun. The first up, we have the gay leadership dude, Dr. Steve Yacovelli, I think is his name. Excuse me if I got that wrong. And he's going to come on and talk with you about his program to encourage gay leaders, and you'll find out all about that. Maybe Amber can be a leader. And then after that's our new material for the night, or one part of our new material for the night, or new interview. And then after that, we have a classic interview with the Florida man, Ben Brainard, the comedian, which was an absolutely incredible and funny interview. He is a hoot if you haven't seen that, or even if you have seen it, it's just enjoyable to watch again. So those are our guests for tonight.
And since he was on the show back a few months ago, he's done some wonderful more videos that you can catch on YouTube. So after you watch tonight's show, make sure you go over on his channel and watch some of his newer stuff. He does a great Vermont beast too. It's very funny.
He is pretty funny. He does all the states.
Yes, yes.
So, all right. Well, enjoy the show, Amber. Have fun.
Yes, one of the great things about having this job is meeting some super cool people. And my next guest is one of them. They call him the gay leadership dude. I wonder why. Let's find out. Come on in, Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Amber. How are you?
I'm doing well. So it's Dr. Steve Yacovelli, correct?
Very well said. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So why in the heck would someone call you the gay leadership dude?
Because I am the gay leadership dude. If you notice on my thing, it's circle R. So I have the trademark. I'm the only one in this
Now, did you give yourself that name, or did someone say, ooh?
No, I did. Actually, when I was writing my latest book, Pride Leadership, my publisher said, you need some sort of brand thing. And so I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, let's do the gay leadership dude, because you immediately know three things about me: that I'm gay, that I self-identify as a dude, and I like to talk about leadership. So it makes the intros that much easier.
All right. Well, get into your book, but let's work up to the book. Now, what led you to do this book and become the gay leadership dude?
So I've been doing consulting in some way, shape, or form for all my career. So it's been 3 years, which has been amazing. No, it's been like 25 years. I have good lighting. But I've worked internally as a leadership consultant at Disney, at IBM, and Tupperware brands, and then I went out on my own back in 2008, which was a phenomenal time to start a business. But I've always been part of helping people be better and more effective leaders, and I've been doing that for mostly with Fortune 500. Large not-for-profits, and decided that I wanted to kind of spin that and really help our community and help the queer folks be even more awesome leaders. And that's kind of where the gay leadership dude kind of sub-brand, if you will, kind of came into play.
That's super. So you said you've worked at Disney, Tupperware. That's great. What did you do with them or for them?
All of them were kind of the same job. I was always in like the leadership function, helping my internal clients be better at leadership, better at working with their people, providing feedback, instilling a motivational type culture, and then I really started moving into the intersection of inclusive leadership. So it's how does a leader make their team feel more welcomed and have that sense of belonging in the workplace?
Okay, so what makes a good leader?
Ooh, that's like the gazillion-dollar question in a great way, Amber. But a smart leader, when you boil everything down to it, a smart leader fosters trust within their team. And so that could be just by listening more than talking. It could be asking those open-ended questions. It could be just having that rapport with the team members, but fostering trust is the golden opportunity for any leader.
And how do you know when you've established that trust?
I think it manifests itself in a lot of different ways where, for example, when there's something that's not the way it's supposed to be, people are okay to come up and say, hey, you know what, Leader Steve, we need help here, or not hide the facts under the carpet. People will celebrate the right things. People will provide that feedback to you when even you as the leader mess up. I think those are some of the great ways that trust manifests itself in the workplace.
Very good. All right. So has things changed in leadership over the past 15 months with COVID?
It's a fantastic question. And I think it has. What you've seen is an opportunity for folks to kind of have these little tiny windows into our respective worlds. And if you were a smart leader, you leverage that. Use that as a way to build rapport with your team members and really kind of see what's going on. I mean, you can't see because I have my green screen here, but if I didn't do it, there might have been a puppy running behind me, or some of your coworkers might have kids running around because they have the things, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You see that authenticity within the context of the employee or the team member, and smart leaders were using that to their advantage to really build rapport and also help foster a sense of community within those that are like working via distance.
All right, give me the top 3 things a bad leader does.
Probably the first one would be micromanaging, because micromanaging undermines trust. The second one would be a not so good leader engages in what we call silent collusion. That's where someone says like a crappy remark, like, yo, women drive, and the leader doesn't refute that or doesn't defend that lets that statement slide. Great way to undermine your own trust and credibility in the workplace. And I think that the third way was kind of along the same lines as micromanaging, but not delegating a task and not letting the team member really take it and run with it. It kind of gets to that micromanaging, but it's a little bit different nuance where they're just don't have that trust for that team member to kind of do what they need to do.
All right. So you're the gay leadership dude. Do you focus on gay leadership, or are you the gay guy the straight people bring in to handle their gays?
The gaggle of gays, yes. Yes to both, actually. So what Top Dog Learning Group does is we like I said, we deal with larger Fortune 500 companies. You can see kind of some of our fun logos here with some of the folks we've played around with, the leaders that we've focused on. And so yeah, in this case, me or I'm the gay one on my team. I have a team of top doggers, as I like to call them. We go in and work with folks from a leadership perspective. That's kind of one half of the coin. And the other side of the coin, or the rainbow, or whatever you want to call it, is me working with LGBTQ+ leaders. And that's what I love to do, especially that kind of falls under that gay leadership dude, where I really want to focus on developing the leadership awesomeness of our community.
All right. So you seem like a very positive, upbeat person. Yes. So are you a motivational speaker? Do you give presentations?
I do. It's funny because I've always done that type of work, but we really made a solid effort to make my keynote speaking signature talks really be awesome and come out with the book, which, pun intended, 2019 is when Pride Leadership came out. And I had all these great keynotes signed up for 2020. Womp, womp, womp. But because my doctorate's in distance learning, I was able to use this kind of technology and not only salvage those, but really blow them up. And it's been really awesome. Like this month alone, I've done, I think, like 18 signature talks, keynotes, and it's for a lot of Fortune 500s, a lot of their employee resource groups, celebrating Pride, because, hey, gay leadership dude, tick, kind of bring it in. And that's been really exciting because, my not so hidden agenda is to help make the world a bit more inclusive through the lens of leadership, whether that be a queer leader or an awesome ally. That's kind of my jam.
What's the most difficult people? Not difficult people. What's the most difficult thing that, let's say, non-gay or queer leaders have dealing with their gay, queer employees? Yeah,
one of our signature programs we do is it's kind of like a whole day program when we could go on site. Now I've turned it into a 4-part, 2-hour each concept on really understanding your own unconscious bias as a leader, really understanding that the concept of privilege or advantage, equity versus equality, some really cool items. And the challenge is when there's people who are, I like to use the term voluntold to be in the session. They aren't there willingly, but they're there and they want to play stump the teacher all the time, well, why does this matter? I saw a bunch of stuff on social media today when the gentleman came out who's playing
football player. Yes.
Yes. Who's adorable, by the way. Yay. Yeah, we got him. Yeah. But just the horrible negative comments. Why does this matter? It's like, that's the reason why it matters. And I see that in my programs as well, where you really have to sell people on, there's a reason why even you white cisgender dudes are here to be an awesome ally. Let me show you the way. And if nothing else, it makes your business better when you are inclusive. So at least come from that perspective. And usually they can get on that one.
So did you say you had a degree in long distance learning?
I do. My doctorate's in instructional technology and distance education, but I got it before distance ed was cool in 2005.
Who made that up?
Well, it's funny because distance education's been around for a long time. If you remember, and I'm dating myself, Sally Struthers selling her TV VCR repair studies over the internet or over the TV and correspondence. Correspondence courses were distance learning, just a different medium. And so you flash forward now, distance ed's been around a while. We're just using different tools and approaches to make distance learning happen.
So ding, ding, ding. This is our 67th show, and you're the first person to mention Sally Struthers.
Love being in my 50s.
All right. So tell me more about your book. Why should I buy your book?
Well, if you want to be a leader, which is Pride Leadership, Pride Leadership Strategies for the LGBTQ plus leaders to be the king or queen of their jungle. It's kind of a fun story how it happened. I was at a conference, actually the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce a couple of years ago, and I'm outside of a session, kind of sorting my business cards, and there's a woman next to me, kind of doing the same thing, and she's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Consulting, blah blah blah. How about you?" She's like, "Well, I'm a publisher." I'm like, there's a leadership book in my head. It needs to come out. She's like, let's get that book out. And so I started going down the path of writing just a kind of generic leadership book based upon what I've seen over 25 plus years. And then, I do a lot of social justice work with, just like many of us do, volunteer work, make our world more equitable. And so I'm now looking at all my queer leadership brothers and sisters doing the work. And do you remember Sex in the City, Amber?
Oh, yes.
Of course, yeah. So my inner Carrie Bradshaw went off, and it's like, I couldn't help but wonder. And it's like, I couldn't help but wonder, is there something about being a queer leader that gives you a different opportunity to exercise your leadership skills than our straight brothers and sisters? And that's kind of how Pride Leadership came about, where I argue that of the 6 leadership competencies that I talk about within the book, looking at things such as authenticity, look at leadership courage, having empathy, effective communication, building relationships, and shaping culture, we as queer people have an opportunity to exercise those a little bit differently. So if I don't know how whether people do it with green screens, by the way, it's amazing. I appreciate it. But, looking at authenticity, if I'm an out man at work, if I'm a trans person at the workplace being my authentic self, that's amazing. And how do you channel that competency to be a better leader? Same with courage. Well, gosh, if I'm an out person at work, that's already courageous. And so what does it look like that I can channel that energy to be a more effective leader? That's kind of the gist of the book.
And that is, okay. How many CEOs or large people who are up in a big Fortune 500 company are gay and lesbian?
Yeah, I wish it was more, or who are out, and that's what's the HRC study? At least in 2018, the latest was like 50% of our brothers and sisters are out at work. 50% still. Now I don't know the data with the new SCOTUS ruling from last year, but still, that's a big chunk of folks who are in the closet. And so, how can we make that happen differently if we can?
All right. So how many times a year were you leaving Florida? That's where your home base in Florida. Yes. Were you leaving to do these speeches and these commentaries or opening remarks at conferences?
Pre-COVID, it was probably about 20-ish, 25% of my time. During COVID, obviously I didn't get on an airplane, but it's been about 50% of my work in a great way. There's also we also have an 8-week online training program that goes with the book that's intended for queer leaders as well. And that's actually been getting a lot of good fun press. And it's cool because it's always been planned to be virtual. So it doesn't matter with COVID. We can all hang out as leaders, learn from each other, and then kind of go back to our virtual ways and kind of do our thing.
So tell me more about that 8-week course.
Yeah, so it's called the Lions Program, which stands for a leader's immersive opportunity to nurture strengths, because former Disney, I needed some cheeky marketing way to kind of tie it together. But the idea is it takes the 6 leadership competencies and kind of wraps it around with 2 additional modules to really focus on diving deeper into these competencies. So, module number 1 talks about, how can you build your authenticity and what are things that you can do to play with it right now and apply it. And so then you go and do some things for a week, and then you come back for the next module, which say it's courage or whatever. And it's been really fun. What I've liked about it most is the fostering of relationships that's happened, because it's a lot of people from different companies. And so they meet each other and they start to build their own queer professional network, beyond the borders of their own company. And it's just so fun to watch. And allies are loving it too, which is, my book is solid leadership theory with lots of bad dad jokes, because that's just how I roll. Because I didn't want a stuffy leadership book. They're annoying and they're boring and they're no fun and you don't remember them. So I've heard from a lot of allies who also have been in this program. They're like, that's actually fun. And it kind of gives me a little window into the queer community. I'm like, double win for you there, friend. Nice job.
All right. So you worked with these different companies, then you went out, branched out and created your own company. You wrote a book. What's next?
Well, I'm working on the next book, and technically, Pride Leadership is my third. I published my dissertation just so I can get the credit, quite frankly. So it's on Amazon, and then I self-published a book called Overcoming Poopy E-Learning. Several years. Thank you for laughing, Amber. That's the reaction I want.
You said poop.
I said poop. I said poop on the internet. But Private Leadership was my first, like, working with a real publisher, a bunch of editors. Like, it was awesome. So I'm working on the next one, which will kind of still be in the same genre of helping queer leaders be even more awesome. And then I do a lot of blogging and writing. I try to do a lot of podcasts and media just to kind of share the wealth. And then really working with developing some other products to really continue to foster and fan the flames of a queer leadership movement, which is, again, my not so hidden agenda.
Other products? What's
like training classes, different keynote speeches, things that can support the message of being a consciously inclusive leader out in the workplace.
All right. So you said 20%, 25% of your job was going out away from Florida to give speeches and things.
Yep.
And then you did probably a little bit more during the COVID. Which did you like better, doing it in person or like this?
So great question, Amber. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. And so just so you know,
you don't have pants on.
I have not worn pants since March 13th, 2020. No lie. I remember the exact day. And so you too. So, but joking aside, it's been fantastic that I can reach so many people sitting here in my home office with my camera. And I put it on social media. I did 6 keynotes just last week alone, and it was 1,800 people that I touched, so to speak. Don't call HR for that one, but I mean, that's cool. That's 1,800 people who now have some strategies to be more consciously inclusive to take into their workplaces. And you can't do that when you're physically in the space. And even if I'm doing it in front of 1,000 people at a conference, how many of them are listening? How many of them are going to apply it? So this is a little bit different story. And I like both. I get the energy from being on stage. That's fun, as I'm sure you can relate. And I do miss that a little bit, but if it's sharing the story and the message that's going to help even a fraction of those people be more inclusive, I think I like the virtual thing.
Well, that is just great. So you've done all that other stuff you have plans for. What would you want to top off your career with? Anything?
It's funny. I'm actually starting a class tomorrow to be groomed to be a board of directors executive for a company. Wherever that is. So I've been wanting to do that for a while. It's kind of the next progression of my development. And so Harvard has this program, I was accepted to it. And the goal is for minority people to bring a perspective to a board of directors. And so that's kind of where I'm working towards. So I start this class tomorrow. It's fun because I'm on the other side of the classroom for once. Usually I'm the one standing up in front. So now it's read my case studies and stuff. And ultimately I want to help really diversify the demographic perspectives in the boardroom. There's a lot of great people in there. We're slowly getting better representation, but it's slow. And as much as I love my white cisgendered older dudes, it's time for them to let the space for us others, whoever that is, to kind of come in and take the reins.
Well, I can just see in the future great things for you, Dr. Steve Yacovelli. And just with Top Dog ever needs a top bitch, give me a call. Okay?
Noted. Totally noted. I love it.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Love talking to you.
Thank you, Amber. Take care.
Whew. Wasn't that a good interview? Well, let's find out what's coming up next. Russell, come back in.
Hey, Amber, great show so far.
Yeah, I wish I was here to see it.
Me too. I may have to go back and watch it later.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes, I will. That way I'll know. Hopefully all of our viewers do as well. So we still have a lot of material coming up in the show. We've got Ben Brainard, who, as you know, is absolutely hysterical, a very funny comedian. We'll have possibly Bitchin' in the Kitchen, Rocco, some of our regulars, and you just never know around here who's going to show up and who isn't.
And I can't wait.
And you can't wait. But I do want to take one more moment to remind people about the Boosties. If you'd like to help support Amber Live and keep us going, there's the Venmo at RJD Pro. which is just a fantastic help to everyone. And again, thank you to all our bustiers. And another way you can help out is by ordering something from our sponsors. And here's a message from them.
Summertime, and it's time for vacation. Vacation. Where would I want to go? I know. I think I'd like to go to the beach. Don't worry. I'm bringing my vodka with me. Oh, wow. If I'm going to the beach, you know what? I'm going to need some beach towels. Where can I get some quality beach towels? Oh, I know. AmberLive.tv. There's a bunch of collection of really nice towels. And how about some t-shirts and some muscle shirts? Those would look nice on the beach. And let's see. If it gets cool at night at the clam bake, what am I going to wear? I better take along my Amber Live TV sweatshirt. Yes, that would be fun to wear. And then at night, at night, I don't have to order anything because I already have my Amber Live TV pillow. Oh, it's so soft. You're going to love it. And then the next morning, what are you going to need? You're going to need an Amber Live mug to drink your coffee or whatever you want to put in it. And if you haven't gotten enough peen lately, check out our Rusty Peen collection. Everyone wants more peen. All this and more is available at amberlive.tv. Order yours today. Yes, order yours. Yeah, well, I am on vacation, but let me assure you that none of the bustier money was used to support my vacation. No, it wasn't. I'm doing that all on my own. All right, so let's get on with the show. As Russell said, we've got a great flashback from a few months ago. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm so excited. I get to talk to Ben Brainard from Florida. Come on in, Ben.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Not very often people just let Floridians in anywhere. It's not safe.
Well, this is the safe way to do it in the time of COVID.
Right.
So Ben, where are you in Florida?
I am in Central Florida. I live in Orlando.
Oh, Orlando. Are the parks open?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All of Florida is literally like day 4 of lockdown. Florida was like, well, the WWE is essential. So it really just got worse from there.
So what do you see when you go out in public, or do you go out in public?
I try not to. I pretty much just stay in my room. As you can see, I have all the hats that I need in here. So why leave, right? But I don't go out. I went to Epcot recently. A friend of mine who works there was like, do you want to go? And I was like, sure. And you have to make a reservation online to get into the Disney parks right now. So they're very much limiting. It is probably the nicest time I've had at a Disney park so far because nobody touched me. There was like nobody there. All the ride waits were like 5 minutes long, and they only let like me and my friend get on the ride. Nobody else was allowed on like the same like boat or cart or whatever. It was just like the two of us and then like an empty thing. So it was honestly the nicest time I've had.
So Ben, what were you doing before the COVID hit?
Struggling. I was a starving artist, as they say. In January, I decided to go full-time stand-up comedy. So yeah, I couldn't have made that. Yeah, I couldn't have made that decision at a worse time. But I was doing well. I had just booked pretty much a show every weekend from January until October. I was doing. None of it paid well enough for me to live, but I was doing well. I was busy. And then March, what was it? 7th,
12th, yes.
Mid-March, everything got shut down. I was actually on my way to Atlanta to do a show. And I was about an hour outside of Atlanta when I got an email saying that my next 2 weeks of work were canceled. Oh. And I was like, oh no. And I stopped at a cookout right outside of Atlanta and I ate my feelings.
So what were you doing?
Around, drove back.
What were you doing during the day? What was your day job?
Emailing clubs. Yeah, I was like, there's a whole like, since I had decided to go full-time stand-up comedy, it was kind of like, I would Uber sometimes. I would drive for Uber or do like DoorDash or something like that. But for like the most time you spend as a comedian is just trying to get an email back from somebody that will pay you money. And it's so rare that it happens. You just have to send so many emails multiple times to all of the people. And then occasionally someone will email you back and be like, okay, but will you do it for free? And you got to say yes.
So like most of my dates. Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly. It's great analogy for a dating life.
So, but once that started and you were stuck in your room there, you created the Florida Guy, correct?
I did. I feel like I really just channeled the Florida Guy. The Florida Guy was in me all the time, and I just had to, bring him out. I do videos now where I'll just be myself and people will comment like, oh, that's Florida. And I'll be like, no, that's me. What did you think? Where did you think Florida came from? But once quarantine started, I wanted to do a sketch every single day, a full sketch every single day of quarantine, because I was a dummy and I thought it would only last like 2 weeks, Yeah, nope. Surprise. Still here.
So you started doing these Florida Guy videos. We've got some clips. So Russell, show those, please.
Coming on such short notice. As you know, Texas, New York, California, Florida. White Claw. What? What? As I was saying, you four are the biggest states and potentially the most important.
I know I'm important, but why is West Virginia here? Hello, all.
Because West Virginia is the only state without a confirmed case.
I have a question, DC. Were we supposed to be looking? Because I've checked like 4 people.
You can go, West Virginia.
Okay then. Goodbye, all.
I like him.
Why are we making such a big deal out of a hurricane anyway? We do this every year.
It's not.
It's not a hurricane? Was it a ground invasion?
Why would you think that?
We have Jacksonville. They'll die.
Florida, this is a global pandemic. Where have you been?
Spring break. Duh.
Florida, can you call Louisiana?
Who that? Who that? Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints?
Tampa say they're gonna beat them Saints.
You ever actually watch a Buck game?
Not sober, no.
Days. How's your mom?
Oh, Louie, you know. They're inside. Louisiana, where's your shirt?
What kind of question is that?
I felt like that was a pretty easy one, actually.
Man, I ain't won one of them since LSU won the national title. Go Tigers. That Joe Burrow's something special, ain't he?
I mean, he's no Gardner Minshew, but...
Daiquiri almost gone. Y'all got a drive-thru around here?
Oh, what? Drive-through daiquiris. Please say more.
After the game, I've been to 8 or 9 crawfish boils.
How do you eat so many?
Oh, that's easy. You just pinch the tail and suck the head.
I'm learning so much. So did you get my email about canceling Mardi Gras?
Yep.
So you canceled it, right?
Nope.
So you just went to Mardi Gras shirtless in a pandemic.
Laissez les bon temps rouler. That's the motto. Mine is stay out of Polk County.
What have you done about the virus?
Who that?
The coronavirus.
Oh, that, yeah. Coach O went on TV, told them all stay indoors.
Could they understand him?
Sign language interpreter couldn't.
Did you do anything else?
I played the purge siren.
You did what?
Just a fun way to kick off crawfish boil season.
That sounds so much cooler than love bug season. Well, you're gonna have to end that.
Not even Drew Brees could end that kind of Fredo, though.
I haven't understood anything you've said all day. Just read the subtitles, dude.
Couillon.
Drive-through daiquiris. Please say more.
We have a special guest today, so please be on your best behavior.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just here to watch.
I got you a welcome present.
No.
It's a baby gator. Honestly, Florida, maybe you should just go.
Wait, no. This one intrigues me.
Man, somebody ready for a Vedo.
What? I'm not tired at all.
It means to party.
Il manque des bordeux?
You missing some shingles, Sha? What? Enough. Canada, what brings you here today?
Well, I was watching your little election thing.
The presidential election?
Oh, wow. It makes it sound so fancy.
What about it?
You guys doing all right?
I like...
Yo, isn't it wonderful?
It does make great television.
Don't you have your own politics to worry about?
What? Oh, no. My politicians are competent. The only thing I worry about is Detroit.
That's fair.
You look good as a blonde.
Oh, why, thank you. That was actually my friend Call Me Chris is her name on the internet.
Call Me Chris has been on the show. Yes.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And the next week, that's when she got her, $30,000 from her viewers.
Yeah, wild. I mean, totally, she totally deserves it. Every penny of it. But yeah, that is, whew.
So you have all these states that chime in. How about Vermont?
I think I've had just like a small clip of Vermont drop in. But I've gotten so busy, doing stuff like this and going on the road when I can safely that, I haven't had time to get to all of the videos that I want to do. And I want, just like you saw with Louisiana, how I brought in like one state, and this is about the one state. I want to be able to do that for every state. And I think I've done it for about 10, maybe 11 different ones. But I haven't had the chance to do Vermont. The next on my list is Arizona.
Okay, that's fair. So what do you look for when you pick out a state? What's your research?
Ooh, so many things. I usually start with getting research from the people that live there. So I'll just post on my regular social media like, hey, I'm bringing so-and-so to the table. What do I need to know? And I'll go through all those comments. I'll let that post simmer for a little bit on 350, and I'll go through the comments after a while, and I'll just pick out the ones that have the most likes or the ones that were repeated a few times, and I'll put that on a list. And then I'll go on the Google machine, and I'll type in things like true so-and-so stereotypes or like cliches from so-and-so, and I'll make a list of the ones that I think are funny. And from there, it just becomes like finding recent news stories from that state or how they handled the virus in the beginning and throwing it all in with as many references and jokes as possible in 1 minute or so.
So you're on YouTube. How many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
I think I just crossed 103,000 on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're on the TikTok and all
Yep.
those as well. Oh my goodness, how cool. But I do notice the same thing happens to some of our videos on YouTube. You get a lot of thumbs up, but then there's always some thumbs down. What's up with those people?
Yeah. I think they're just naturally sad people. And you know how misery loves company? They want to give us the misery as if it spreads. I don't actually look at the thumbs downs. I don't even notice them. I just read the comments and people will be like, someone gave you a thumbs down. And I'll be like, they don't matter. I have 103,000 people that gave me a thumbs up. It doesn't really matter the 4 people that gave me a thumbs down.
I want to go knock on their door.
Go door to with a paper clip, just like with a clipboard. Like, excuse me, why? Can you tell me what specifically was it in that video that you didn't? No, I just want to.
For my own self-improvement.
I'm so sad.
Well, Ben, it's been a delight talking to you. I know we're going to hear more from you, and I want to hear more about the Vermont guy too. So when you get that going, you come back and you show us, okay?
I will. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Stay safe there in Florida.
You as well.
All right. Very good. All right. Wasn't that fun? Let's go back to Amber. You know who never gets a vacation? The cook in the kitchen. That's right. And this week, we're going to find out what Lucy's doing in Bitchin' in the Kitchen with Lucy Bell.
Bitchin' in the kitchen with Lucy Bell.
Hey, Lucy Bell LeMay here with another episode of Bitchin' in the Kitchen, coming to you from the Hot Damn Trailer Park in Beaver Pond, Vermont. It's Pride Month, so happy Pride, everybody. And last year we didn't get to do it, so this year we have to double up on our partying. Yes, I can't wait to get out there and start partying and drinking with everybody. Not that I'm going to share my alcohol, but I'll be glad to drink along with everybody. Yes, speaking of, why don't we make us a cocktail for today? I'm going to do iced coffee because it's been so warm and I've just been saving my old coffee. Just put it in the fridge. Today, we're going to use sprinkles on the glass. Look at that. So festive. Let's start with a little rum chata. Can't beat rum chata. Yeah, let's just put some in there. And then we'll pour us a little Irish cream. That's always good. And now we're just going to add a little coffee. Give it a good stir. Oh, and a little taste of vanilla extract. You just, put a little bit behind the ear. Always for a little smell. Here we go. Ah, these are so refreshing. Very good. We are going to be making a nice little pride tree. Yes, it's got all the colors of the rainbow and then some. So what I'm doing is just melting a half a stick of butter and a 10-ounce bag of marshmallow. There we go. Over medium heat. Now, while the marshmallows and stuff continue to cook, better not turn that on, get that on fire. I know where the fire extinguisher is. Just gonna let this melt real good. And then we're gonna add 4 cups of Fruity Pebbles. Yes. Got a 9 by 13 dish. We're gonna butter that real good to put all this in so it doesn't stick. Okay, this is almost melted enough. And I just turned the heat off, so the heat can stay off for now. Because all we got to do now is just add our Fruity Pebbles. Here they go. No snap, crackle, pop there. Just mix it real good. Just get it good and coated. Ooh, so nice and juicy. Yow! And that marshmallow is hot. Yeah. Oh, it smells so fruity. I wish you could smell it. I wish you could just scratch and sniff right now. I guess you could scratch and sniff. And we're going to just dump this right into this butter dish. And then just take your spatula and just pat it down real good, evenly out in the pan. And we're going to stick this in the fridge and let that cool for about 30 minutes or so. But I have some ready for us already. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? So nice and colorful. It's a wonderful, wonderful treat to go along with your iced coffee in the morning. It's very good. So fruity. Very fruity. Good. Well, I guess my bitch this week would have to be those damn cicadas. Jesus. They keep you up all night long. And just, some people say, oh, it's so relaxing, so refreshing. It's like, no. Can't even close the window. I think some of them are getting inside the trailer myself. But you can have your cicadas. I'm glad they only come once every 15 years. Gosh, that's terrible. Have somebody only come once every 15 years. Well, you guys stay safe. And please get your vaccine if you can, okay? Because, hey, 80% of Vermont's already there. So let's get it, okay? Stay safe, respect one another, and be kind. Bye-bye.
You know, one thing I'm going to miss when I'm on vacation is my weekly chat with Rocco. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to have a live segment tonight or if it's one of his Rocco classics, but whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to miss it. Well, we've got lots of characters here on Amber Live, but one of the most consistent and one of the most characters is Rocco Zamboni. And of course, he's here. Hey, Rocco.
Hey, Amber. Happy Easter. You're one Easter chick I like to see, you know?
Hey. Rocco, you're dressed a little differently tonight.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I went to an Easter dinner. And I kind of dressed down a little bit because if you dress too fancy at an Easter dinner with relatives, they want you to keep coming back. And that's something I don't want to do.
All right. So tell me a little bit more about your Easter dinner or whatever else you wanted to talk about.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, I got a lot of relatives. And a lot of them, you know, they live all over the country due to the witness protection to living in different places all over the country because they want to. And, you know, it's just one of those things that sometimes we get together in secret, of course, and we, roast the lamb, roast the pig, roast the duck, or whatever. I don't know. They put it on a plate. I eat it, and then I say, all right, I've had enough of this crap, and I leave. So it's a good time.
Oh, good, good. Any other Easter traditions that you do?
Not me. But let me tell you, I was talking to a cousin of mine. All right? He's from down south. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't know where down south he is. He just says, I'm from down south. And he's got an Easter tradition that's a little down Southian. So I don't know.
Are you going to share that with us?
What?
Are you going to share it with us?
Yeah, actually. Go ahead. Russell, you got my cousin over there. Hey. How y'all doing? Anyway, what I'm doing out here in the marsh on this wonderful Easter day is going to be doing what I usually do on Easter. It's called hunting. That's right. I like to hunt. I know you do too. Because, that's what we all do, right? Anyway, this is what I'm going to do today. It's a special hunting trip I do every Easter. This year, I'm going to be hunting Easter eggs. That's right, Easter egg hunting. So, first thing you got to do if you want to find an Easter egg, got to do the Easter egg call. Egg, 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 egg.
I'm an Easter egg.
I think I spotted one.
Egg, egg, egg.
Look at him go.
Egg.
He's zipping around. He thinks he's going to hide from me. No way. Come on, Easter egg. I know you're out there. Where are you? Freeze, egg. Got him. Yeah. Now what we're going to have is scrambled eggs for breakfast. It is an Easter tradition. I love it. Let's face it, Jesus rose from the dead. The least you could do is have some eggs. Happy Easter to y'all. Yeah.
So Cooter Zamboni. You've never mentioned Cooter before.
And for good reason, apparently. Holy crap. This is why I don't see my family that often. But,
I think we're going to...
What?
I think we're going to have to see Cooter again. I'd like to see Cooter and Rusty Peen meet up. I bet you they could have some fun.
I bet you that would be very interesting, right? That Rusty Peen, whoa, what a peep show he puts on,
huh? Yes.
So what else you doing this Easter besides your show? Did you do anything fun?
No, I didn't. Just prepare for this, getting all, everyone thinks Russell does all the work. But, it's actually me. I do everything. Russell just comes on twice a show. And,
You got your outfit, right?
Yes.
That's something.
All right, Rocco, do you have anything plans for the week coming up?
I'm going to be working on some stuff, reading the nurses because that's what I like to do. And I'm just going to do some other things, maybe contact some other family members down the road. I'm a little nervous about that, but you never know who's going to pop up every now and then.
Well, we're looking forward to meeting more of your family.
It could be an interesting thing. You're going to maybe regret that.
I don't think so. All right. Well,
all right. Don't get stuck in the mud. All right.
Bye, Rocco. Yeah. See you next week. All right. That wraps up our third week off. It's hard to believe, but it is. And so we'll see you next week. We'll be live with some great guests, as well as this Wednesday, we'll do some Amber chat too. I'll tell you all about my trip and make sure you stop in and chat. All right. That'll be on Wednesday around 8:15 and then back here Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. I'll be here. Hope you will be too.
Well, that's an hour I'll never get back.
And what would you rather have watched?
Fox News.
What?
Just kidding. Even this is better than Fox. No, seriously. Fox sucks.